Welcome back, everybody. The city of San Diego is cracking down on vacation rentals while folks are looking for places to stay in San Diego. Fox 5's real estate expert, the no bull agent, Ken Kaplan, joins us today to talk about what's happening in that rental market. Now, let's just take a basic case here.
Sure.
Somebody owns a condominium near the beach or at the beach.
Okay.
And they rent it out either full-time every week, or they rent it out only in the summertime. But tell me how that works and how that might change.
Okay, well, here's what's not going to change. It's right this second, the rules are in place. The CC&Rs, or the HOA docs, are in place to make sure that everyone is abiding by the same rules. Mm-hmm. The rules will typically state, in most cases, and not all, but most, that there is going to be no transient rentals allowed, which means less than 30 days. So if you're renting your property for less than 30 days and it's not allowed in the bylaws, meaning that it specifically states that you cannot do that, then you're breaking the rules. Now, most HOAs have been looking the other way in most cases because they've been dealing with short sales, foreclosures, trying to shore up the foundation of their financial stability in the building. But now that these HOAs are getting stronger and they've got a little bit more time on their hands, people are looking closer. And we spoke a little bit about the double-edged sword of, gosh, it's great, you know, as somebody, as an owner, an investor who wants to do this, great. But make sure that you're in a building or in a development that will allow this, because if it won't, you're breaking the rules.
And isn't it true that 5% of the people cause 95% of the problems?
Absolutely.
Isn't that how we got here?
The only news that spreads better and faster than good news is bad news. It's what makes headlines. It's what sells stories. It's what it does. But what's really important to understand is, if you're a buyer, if you're looking to purchase a property, make sure it will allow short-term rentals, and don't think that you're going to get by with that. I mean, I've had clients who've looked at me and said, hey, listen, you know, we want to use this as a short-term rental. We want to do a VRBO. We want to do an Airbnb. And I'm going, just so you know, it's not allowed in this building, and if you do this, you're taking, you know, these matters into your own hands, and you are left at really at the disposal of what the HOA enforcement rules are and how quickly they're going to enforce.
A lot of people are not familiar with VRBO, which is vacation rental by owner. The Flip Key is another one of those.
Flip Key,
Airbnb.
Great vacation rentals. I mean, there are a lot of them, and I think that they're really a useful and handy tool for the consumer who's going, you know what, I want a more affordable place to stay. I get a little bit more room. I can get a few more people in here. I can share this with people. I mean, gosh, as a consumer, it's a wonderful thing to be able to do. As, you know, the consumer who's going into a building, you also need to be conscious, if you're renting as a renter in these VRBOs, that you're also cognizant of, you've got neighbors. You've got people who may not be renting their places out on a weekly basis or a weekend basis. And so you need to be aware of, gosh, I can't be too loud. I've got to, you know, follow within the rules and regs of what the HOAs are.
So the city hasn't really had clear purposes in their vacation rental rules. They're kind of like loose and weird. That's what they're trying to change right now.
They are. They're trying to tighten it up and get rid of the loopholes, if you will.
And is this going to change the value of those properties, though?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to change the value of the properties for those who are looking at those as income properties only, not for investment to use as second home, but they were looking at them strictly and solely as, you know, income, you know, deriving
I'll buy
sources.
This and let the rents pay the mortgage.
More so than that. I mean, they'd make really good money. The challenge is, how is it infringing or imposing on the rights of the other owners in the building? And that's the only issue.
All right. Ken, thanks for being with us. And we're going to see today what the San Diego Council works on and what kind of rules they're talking about. It's going to take a few weeks or months for all this to shape up, but summertime is coming, and we'll see what happens. We'll tell you about it right here on Fox 5. Let's go over to Brad now.
Yeah.